Was I a king or just a dream? These thoughts are slipping through the steam. But I got bounce, I got squish, I dodge attacks and grant a wish. Maybe I'm cursed, maybe I'm prime. Either way, I'm still in slime. Bounce back, power in a blob. Don't need a sword, I just outsmart the mob. Legends fade, but I just respawn. Mystic mystery, the squishy fall. No memories or maybe deep. Something ancient's fast asleep. I joke, I slide, I roll, I grin. But who I was still hides within. I'm not weak, I'm just reborn. An epic tale in gooey form. The world can laugh, but they'll soon see this slime's got legacy. Bounce back, silly but divine. The story's old, but the form is slime. Laugh it up, I'm just the start. Behind this scoop is a beating heart. Bounce back, power in a blob. Don't need a sword, I just outsmart the mob. Legends fade, but I just respawn. Mystic mystery in the squishy form.
Hello everyone, I'm DAZaryus, your friendly slime, and tonight we're back with Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know why I was going to say Phasmophobia, but let's ignore that part. Last time we managed to defeat Leviathan, so we finished the part related to the Doman's refugees, which are now full stable in our new encampment, and the Yugiris also remained on Linsa, where she's training with the other rogues, exchanging their knowledge about the arts. And then we were called back to Ul'dah, where our friend Alphinaud got injured during an insurrection of the people, and we were investigating. On top of it, we found one of the merchants that most probably were related to what happened, and someone just killed the only lead we had in front of our eyes. So we came back here, we informed them, but apparently they already have some other leads for us, so that's where we stopped last time. And as before, which means me in the previous streams, I will try to focus as much as possible on the main story quest line. We will do some blue quests only if they're related to something I can unlock, which is not class related, so only my own skills of a gunbreaker, no other classes, and only if they are on the path we have to follow. Otherwise, I would not go to search for them, not for now. And for the fates, I would like to do some, so only if they are around 15 level difference from me, I will eventually do some fates. Otherwise, I will simply skip them and focus mainly on the main story quest line. Of course, the mandatory dungeon we had to do, we will do them too. Maybe in the future I will also try to do live those daily roulettes and things like that, but it's not the plan for now. We will keep that for another time. So that being said, I will say, let's see how the story evolves. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of your own investigation. Master Alphinaud has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Okay. Well, last time I left there was someone dancing here. It was a couple, and now there's still one dancing there. Okay. They do love dancing. What? Is this sort of... no, okay. For a moment it looked similar to a cloud dress, but that's a feminine one. I don't think so. I do know that they have lots of cosplays around of various characters of Final Fantasy, so it would have not surprised me that much. I would surely want to try sooner or later the Dark Knight class. Is that called Dark Knight? I think so. Is that Dark Knight? Yeah, Dark Knight. The one with the big sword. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Oh, I do have to start. Okay.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Thancred Adeleji.
Thancred Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Because he wants more power than he already has. Simple.
Know you of
It's a
the
merchant.
Alphinaud Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Alphinaud Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Alphinaud Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Allagan ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Okay, like this they justify the PvP section, because I do remember that this is one of the maps where people do PvP here on Final Fantasy XIV.
In
Frontline, I think it's called.
Delicate state of affairs, Thancred Adeleji proposed the Alphinaud Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man with threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution.
Yeah, because in this case, if the refugee issue is too out of hands, they have no other option than approving that, of course.
His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Thancred Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nael Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
But at this point I do wonder, are there also Emerald and Ruby weapon? At least you have all of them.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Thancred Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
The problem is that now more of them knows about the weapon. Intriguing. I would have not expected another weapon like that. Maybe another issue, yes. But another weapon like that? Nope. That's new. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust of power sickens me. That's always like that. I don't know why you're surprised. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they haven't felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interests to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Lieutenant. Oh, okay, yeah, they're using my rank. Pray keep us informed on any development in Cartano. Please don't force me to do PvP. I don't want to. Beyond Warp, this is not place for children. I'm sorry. Okay, the fact that the children is here is also strange. What happened? Were they looking for someone? Looking for you? You say you were looking for the man who left with my parents. Oh, okay, that's that girl. Okay. Did you find the man? Were my parents with me, with him? We're not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Just don't get stabbed again. Of course, but first I must finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. Momodi was not at the other encampment with us? The one in Mordona? A Legion of Guardians, and either serve primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Can't complain about that. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response of threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. We just change base. This is Minfilia. Speaking of the evil, I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to the Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the 12th Wood has taken a turn to the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Can't we finish just one part of a storyline? We do have to mix two of them every time. The 12th Wood, then the primary threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no report from of XIV's activity, which leaves the sylphs. So DAZaryus, you know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Okie dokie. Oh, they sent me directly there? No. Okay, I was hoping. That's a different thing. Is that? Let me go check this one out. I know that's not the main quest, but since this is not a dungeon, it's just to check to talk. Most probably it would be mission over at that point. I do also have to remember where to buy the Gisel greens. I think Golden Saucer? Maybe. These are low level enemies. Okay, now we have a level 50. Oh, yes, horns. Your bravery before the Dark Divinity was commendable, adventurer. I'm relieved you escaped the battle with your life. It was not for nothing, I might add. Brother Isamian, okay, who is the leader of Gridania, and I have observed something remarkable. Though I should like to discuss it with him present. And see how he comes. As usual, you speak a name and they arrive. That's why those horns were familiar. Adventurer, I will offer you thanks for all you have done today. Which was who knows how many years ago, but okay. I am a Scion, Master of the Conjurer Guild. We also already met so many times in other scenarios, but okay. But no doubt you are keen to learn more of the Dark Divinity. Very well, I shall share with you what I have gleaned in observing your battle. To begin, felling a primal allows the either of their physical manifestation to return to the land. This much you know, yes? Odin seems to be subject to the self-same laws, yet his sword, the Zekuten, remains even after his body vanishes. Thus, we thought to examine the blade, and in so doing, found that its etheric density is unimaginably high. I don't know why that word was so difficult for me to pronounce, out of many. Now, I had always assumed the being who brandished the weapon was Odin. But what if we erred? What if the sword Zanzekuten is, in and of itself, the Dark Divinity? An unforeseen conclusion, yes, but one that clarifies much of the primal. Indeed, that will explain why Odin has never truly fallen. No one has thought to destroy the blade. And if the Zekuten is the primal, could it not conjure itself a new wielder? Yet it's just as Ifrits, Thancred or Leviathans drowned, Odin must need have his sundered to offer crystals in his name, unless he drinks of the shrouds either. Such a weak source of power could be why it takes time for the Dark Divinity to manifest again. You see, Adventurer, our theory accounts quite naturally for two of the mysteries that for so long surrounded the primal. And yet, as Pepsi that one hints, a third mystery remains. If there are no Sundered, who does Odin sustain himself? How does Odin sustain himself? I cannot imagine the wishes of those who first summoned him were so strong as to echo throughout the centuries. Brother, I do not think our theory is flawed. No, the discovery makes clear the holes in what we had for so long believed of the primals. We must revisit the beginnings with a keener eye. I will inform Master Ringer of what we have gleaned here, Adventurer. I urge you to do the same should something else of Odin occur to you. But today is a victory all the same. We have the Zanzekuten and the mysteries that remain pale in import to the act of locking the primal way. With any luck, we can seal the sword and end the Dark Divinity's ride. So I did the dungeon already. Brother, something terrible is happening. Ooh, why I'm not surprised. The Zanzekuten is gone. One of my old men has stolen away the blade and left nearly a trace of track in his flight. I never dreamt he would do such a thing, and I stayed my hand too long to stop him. What, are your men so disloyal as to rob you? Tell me, Lewin, why would someone do such a thing? Forgive me, brother, but I cannot say. I am as astonished as you. The thief was a sworn man of God's quiver, true as an Igridarian arrow. Moreover, what could he stand to gain by selling so fell a blade? Mayhap the soul of the thief was stolen along with the blade. It is within the power of all Primas to bend mortals to their wills. If the Zanzekutin and Odin are one and the same, then the sword may control the now sundered man. Is that not right, brother? That is indeed possible. Gods, could I have been so blind as that? Oh Lord Ledwin, it is I who needs apologize. Had I been more wary, I would have foreseen this. Instead, I have cost you dearly, and placed you and your men in great danger. Let us not cry over lost sword. Lord Lewin, send forth to the gods Quiver and Wood Whalers to scour the shroud. Brother and I will devote ourselves to the devising, a way to fell Odin after the Zanzekutin is in hour again. Yes, brother, indeed, it would be a poor thing to have the blade in our grasp and no way to destroy it nor dull its bite. Adventurer, I will call upon you again when we have something to show you for to show for our efforts. Until then, go in peace. Okay, I'm finally free, hopefully. Will I? No, something else is happening apparently. Oh no, okay, that was over. Okay, so I did this one already, that's good. And now we go here. Oh, so many quests. Okay. Let's see what Minfilia has to say. It is relieved to see you healthy and hale, Darius. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphinaud suffered was to his ego. That place it will heal here long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Yeah, of course. I'm here, so why not starting immediately? Okay. Will they speak for themselves? Please tell me. Dang it. Okay, never mind. Thank you for for responding to my call with such haste. As assured, I should not have summoned you where is it not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth the Revered Guardian, the Primal Ramuh. But why? We stopped that. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain? The elder said Seer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylph lands, however, display no sign of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and Swan, Ramuh is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he will soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the sylphs on their territory. The abruptness of this development concerned me. We were not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements. Yeah, we did that before, in fact. But probably now they hacked it because one of theirs died during the attack to the previous base. If preparation for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did know to prevent it? I told Pavalimo, I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Garlands came trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Oriens stands, the sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation. Would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. So now we have refugees there too. That's not good. These, like that, the Sylphi perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way of a Primal's incoming. She made that clear also at Lidsa Lominsa after we defeated the Leviathan. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. DAZaryus, through you dealing with the sylphs of Little Solence, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who was treated with the sylphs so frequently in the past not achieve similar success in their patron deity? Okay, so now you're sending me as a emissary. Okay. If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. And fond hope, were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since the time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue the discussion on. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, DAZaryus. I'm not surprised about that. Report to Commander Helwa at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Which is now. Steer yourself for the worst, while I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter. Experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. And there we go. There's no closer DAZaryus, right? Nope. I just heard a lot of be happy, sad. I don't know. They will scream the same. Okay. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause of alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for an eventuality, I know no one more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I will have you to do so without delay. The Elder Sorcerer, however, will speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Okay, just as the other times. Just send me there directly then. Why making me come here? Nope. This way is faster. Nope. I got stuck in the board.
Scions of the 7th Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
Oh, you're fairy.
Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
But they have not summoned it. Otherwise, they would have not felt the presence. They would have known that he was there. That's the main difference, right?
Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that
Oops.
blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
I do agree. I have to say, you had lots of issues. I do think Garuda was one of your issues, then you had the Mogul King, and now Ramuh, and then you had the problem with the XIV are here. Here in Gridania they have so many issues.
Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks.
Look at that dancing. She's so cute.
Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Let's go and meet these other god then. Here. I was told to expect you. On the sun you go to treat with the primal Ramuh itself. An enviable task, but one of which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin, Levine, whatever it is, might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Okay. It was just an excuse for me to retrieve a reward and then start a new quest. I was told that a messenger will be sent as soon as your fellow Scions have finished their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. And there you go. This one returns with good tidings. Wise one have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramuh. Oh, true, I forgot. There are two factions of sylphs. There is also a purple one, okay, which I'll call the touched one. Now I remember. Your timing is impeccable, my flattered friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scions? It will be this one's pleasure, working one. Please come with this one. I love the way they speak. Since I do not have to follow her, I can fly. As one I have ventured deep within the Sylphlands, these ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Oh no, why are you going there? Let me go there. Have I never explored this far? I think I did. I do not recognize that. Those enemies. I'm pretty sure I did. At least she's safe. This one is most sorry, but this one cannot go further. Row too close to Lord Ramuh, and this one made sure mean and nasty like touched ones. Instead, this one must say farewell for now. Working one will find wise ones not far from here. To the south, go safely, working one. Okay, that's good. At least she got us as close as she could. Oh, all four of them are here. I didn't notice this taller before. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded self-trickster. I swear, with them wrecking havoc with their skin-changing magic, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look of Ishola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. I apologize. It's not like me to rumble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring athletic activity in the area, and I am pleased to say I have reached that indisputable conclusion to wit that Ramuh was called for in the vicinity of the Sylphs Iderite. Come, Zaryus, the Lord of Levin awaits. But since we're here, I can do this. What do I have to kill? Only these guys? Oh. Was out of the area. How did he manage to hit me? Oh, that died already. Okay. No, wrong area. Oh, there.
Thancred betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, Bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man.
We can't say that he was wrong.
Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
I can't say that he's wrong. Like, for me, everything he said is totally right. He has the reason to do that. not just the power.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
And here we have another dungeon. But at least this time we do not have to kill. We just have to prove
Urianger,
ourselves.
it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Will this be a 4-man, 8-man, 24-man dungeon? Hard, so this is an 8-man. Okay. Should I go with the tank class? Yeah, why not? Why not, I will say. Hopefully this is not a long one. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Less than 5 minutes. Let's see if that's true. Or if this one has any particular dynamics that I have to be careful about. Hopefully it's not too hard. God, they can dash now. We really had to wait all 5 minutes. This dungeon used to be faster to start. Unless the European server were more populated, it's also true it was 2 years ago, but would have not expected the influence of Final Fantasy to decrease in the years, but only to increase. Considering how good they're handling stuff. But honestly speaking, there are so many old MMORPGs that are trying to come back to the scene of the World Wide Web, but they're so miserably failing. I was waiting for a couple of them. I can't say no, but they have been handled poorly. And honestly speaking, now it's true that I'm playing as a free player, but if I had to think about where I want to spend my money for a monthly subscription, I would go for Final Fantasy, not for those games. Just to say that bluntly. Oh, finally. Ow. I do not think I got tethered as they told me. do hope I managed to dodge that, because I'm taking so much damage. Ah, God. Got hit. Ow. Okay. I don't get if I had to get hit by that skill or not. I'm trying to keep him well directioned, like this they do not risk. And if someone of them has the bonus by attacking from behind, they can also get that bonus. First stage, or did we win? Okay, we won. But we have... Wasn't that just a test? Ooh, that went well.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
This is our primal, I really appreciate.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
That's the thing I do not understand. Like, he was just testing us. We were not supposed to slay. We were supposed to pass a test, which is not slaying. And couldn't he simply remain here, since he was a reasonable one? I don't get it.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay, so we did that. Do I have any other instance here that I have to do which I've not done? Completed. Done. Done all of them. The only two left are these two, which were not starting last time. Well, I can simply join and... Should I join as a tank? You know what? Who cares? Let's join as a tank. What can go wrong, right? Everything, I would say, but shh. Let's not say that loud. Can I pass through here? Your return. Did I ask our Ramuh to receive your visit? He challenged you for a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matter. The people of both Gridania and the Little Solents will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Leven has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, DAZaryus. The elder sincere must be informed of your deed at once. Hopefully you will do that. No, never mind. I do think I have to do that. The elders here will wish to hear you of your experience firsthand, of course. Prepare to enter Gridania and make directly for the Lord stand. Okay, yeah. I admit that this is the only part that I hate about the main story quest. I do like getting this part of the stories. Can't you do just cinematics instead of all these dialogues? Every 2 steps. Should I use the other right? Oh well. Little about that too late. And I do guess she would not speak by herself. Maybe yes?
You are returned
Yes.
to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Carteneau, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
Oh yeah, lot far off.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow Scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Ooh, finally. No. Please, cutscene, be fast.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Please tell me this is over. Oh, okay. Okay, for now everything seems to be going good. Time to give the change to my Thancred friend. Ouch. Okay. Oh. Ouch. I dodged that. How did I die? Oh, we got wiped? Okay, so the ads were the problem. I have to keep an eye for the odds, since I'm not the main tank at this point. It's not going that bad. Should still be able to do that. Ah, shit. More odds. Oof. Ah. Did not manage to stand up. At least there is the other tank. Hopefully they can manage to destroy those odds before the other tank dies. People have not understood that they have to kill the odds, right? Like, it's not normal that the tank has to turn around and kill the odds. Well, they're bringing that home, so that should work. Hopefully they will not summon any other adds. And there goes another one. Okay, I was not expecting that to be that bad. Okay, now we got buffed because we are so bad. That's quite sad. So, okay, apparently we also have to take care of the balls, not only of the ads. The archer is just standing there. Okay. Down, Ultima. Just turn around to me. Towards me. Come on. Oof. Ah, I exaggerated. I should have not done that. Uh-oh, worst time to spawn. Come on, we can do that. Oof. Come on, let's knock it up. Oh. Okay, let me take this one. Ah. Ah! At least we managed to always have one tank on. Okay, we're almost there. I was not expecting that to be this hard. I do not want to imagine what would be the Mog one. Oh. Thancred, okay. Oof. Over here, the healer have done a really great job of keeping keeping us up. Just read. Oh, I got it. Okay. Phew. One last thing to do. I repeat, I was not expecting that to be that hard. Okay, that might be my best work yet. Is it not just as you remember? Not really. I never got the wipe doing Ultima weapon, but okay. Come now. What's the arm in a little exaggeration? I only changed a few details of dramatic effect. Yeah. I mean, if I had not, others would have done so eventually. This is the nature of every story to grow with each telling. All of this for just 100 Jill. Quite sad. Okay, what about you? White's red. Mirror Song. The second call of Bahamut, turn 4. So this is much further. Okay. Why am I here? Should I try the Mogu one? Should I go into the list for that one too? Oof. But at this point, I do not know what else I should fear. After how this one has gone, I can't do much. I just said because after all the times I had to sacrifice myself to protect the party by getting those balls, I didn't even get one single recommendation. Quite sad. The other tongue got shot by other reasons. I got shot most of the time because I was trying to destroy those balls. There's another daunting mission. I hope Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which he responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Uranger, too, was pleased with the outcome. What say you, DAZaryus? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stone and ponder the lessons of the day? Sure. That's what also Uranger asked for. Let's go there. Welcome back. What of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you? I will fain share news of mine own, but Arianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion again. Well, companion was struck with a insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss by observation. Okay. Just time. Okay, so all odds together, that would be quite hard. But for me as a tank, the only thing I can do is aggroing all of them. Shouldn't we take all of them together? Nope. Heal. The tank is doing what it's supposed to, aggroing all of them. Nope, never mind. Who are they healing? I do not know. Like, what are the healers doing? I just want to understand this. What are the healers doing? It's hard, but the heals? Oh, thank you. This one is not being touched by anyone. They should heal the tank. Okay. Oh, there's someone healing. We will never go anywhere if we keep doing this. Let me go out of the area. Is this what we have to do? So this is wipe. The one that asked me to take that one off is Zinker. Zinker is... okay. The other tank. Ah, can't take that unless I do this. Oh, too many hours. Okay. Ow, they do hurt a lot. Okay. I do still get damage quite a lot, but still it's more doable now. Okay, they have been healed. Okay. This one has been done. One healer, don't give up. Oh shit. Okay, he got the boss. Oh, never mind, I got the boss. Ouch, ouch. You. Ah. Okay, change target. No, someone killed that one. No, don't want you to. Why are they still killing the Moguls? Oh, now we can. Oh, that was good. I finally finished to do the two that I left behind. Now I just need to take my reward, right? Oh, we already seen this. Okay.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
So the one
In
that was
intervening
laid
time,
has not been
Urianger
slayed.
and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
And here comes the long explanation. Needed one.
let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
Also known as livestream. For who plays Final
In
Fantasy
turn,
VII.
the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
And thus far, we know all of that.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
But how do you trap them?
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Scion. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
But Now that I think about that, were the investigation on the happenings for the school of Baldsion? Like, they discovered that the isle was totally erased, but what happened to the school? What happened to the people that were there? Is there something we can do? Everything handled there? I do not remember if they had explained something more about that. Don't think so.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian.
Okay, so I'm not the only one remembering that.
Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, and as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Wall, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man. Hydaelyn, servant, grows mightier by the day. I have not done a single level up since I started. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived their journey, but their souls are grown weaker and wan. Yet, even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. And that is the task of which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Origins' fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Okay. I would also like to see. No, not you, J. Did I had a quest for the Muggle? Oh, I just need to kill to do the dungeon. Okay. Now, the Mother of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I will show you, DAZaryus. A scroll. It is a letter of thanks sent by the leader of the Ul'dah Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service for the realm. Mentions in particular the name of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Geruda, Gul'kim, Mongol, Gomag, 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I, too, must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. Very true here, Darius. And Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. But do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man will foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. And there is no greater gift that we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the danger you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause. In so doing, our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of the little souls who wish not to conflict. Of the Alamigas and the Domans who stand with us determined to hold the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Seed and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of an ancient allag that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our great allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our orders is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, antecedent. Given our embasying wealth of allies, I trust it will not convince you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Oh, Alphinaud. Alphinaud, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer requires your attention. I don't think there's much we can do for now. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. This report such that I stand before you now. That and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from LM. You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass you her thanks to you. Why, Alphinaud? Am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Yes, you have been away from Reverend Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of your realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman's children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? I was already here. Okay. Oh, you're all here. Look, it's Mr. Darius. He's back from his adventures. You hear you were fighting, you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemy you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman's Adventure Guild to protect all the Domans. Do you think you could train us today? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coulinet? Okay. Coulinet? I don't really know how to pronounce this one. It sounds French, but I'm not really sure. Did you know that Mr. Darius is back? What is you guys? I don't remember them. So we'll see him. Welcome home, Darius. My companion and I recently became full member of the Scions. And I believe proper introduction have yet to be made. I'm known as Hoary Boulder. It's this one, Hoary Boulder? No, he is Hoary Boulder. He was the one speaking. Okay. And this bookish fellow. Okay, yeah. What a way to define it. Okay. He's the other one. Okay. Though we remain largely unproven as an adventurer, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. We were just asking Mr. Darius if he could give us some special training. I think we are ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you have certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the field of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. Yeah, this is not surely a beginner's area. I have a counter proposal. What if we cross sword with Darius? If I were to cross sword with Darius? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Alright, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against the legend. Well, mayhap I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Darius? Would you consent to spar with me? Well, why not? Hooray! We are to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Don't try to disappoint them. Have faith. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The field of the east of town shall prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. And there we go. Okay. Was good of you to agree to this, Zarius. I trust you are ready to begin. Yeah? Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hooray. Are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is Zarius you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, was this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Zarius to inspire my effort, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Oh, you haven't begun yet, haven't you? Oh, you're all here to see. Yeah, what? Who are all these people? Oh, poor little guy. I guess he has a crush on her, right? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. So you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Zarius' name, their reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seemed but a sickly shade of you in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning, I don't know how to pronounce that one, reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You win. Oh, they're already with him and not more with me? We shall soon see. On your guard. I do like this guy. Such power. It is barely do you justice. Sporer won't lose, will he? Oh. It's not over yet. It can't be. The children have the right of it. It's time I join the fray. On your feet. He looks hard. The guy is too strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Poor guy. Oh, not once, not twice, 3 times. You have bested me. I healed. That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. Not really. With you couldn't lose, Darius. No one can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have so much work to do if I'm ever to obtain the same. Okay. Impressive as always, Darius. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. Judging by the smile of these many faces, they too appreciated the hard-won strength that keeps the peril of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of the Alphinaud. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. Shall I speak plainly, my initial impressions were less than favorable. There are problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was authored by an Alphinaud. I thought Eorzeans a foolish, childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatu's single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nation too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who told me, through countless acts of bravery, that was my grandsire probably was correct. So to preserve what was not the land, not its history, nor a single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, often infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he ever put such feeling into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and efficiently counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitation of nations and borders. If you will aid me in building such an organization, then pray tell us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. So most probably this was the point where I should have stopped through the Crystal Tower, but I already done that, so I don't have to worry about that. No. Was this outside? No, I think it's inside, yes. Thank you for coming, Darius. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Now, let's keep going for the healer class. Hopefully I got the right one. Forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution will be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer the discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus, I have been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on such a smaller scale that we hope it eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. And I am the leader, right? Because of course, they always had to put me inside of that. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fear of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talent. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical. A point conceded by all concerned. Okay. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor of the true border-spanning grand company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I will ask that you accompany me on the journey. As intimidating force, let me add that to the dialogue, because usually he uses me for that reason, and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. This is reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Oh, we're fucked then. If I had to choose them, I do not foresee anything good. Our first destination will be Linsa Lominsa. Let us rendezvous at Burlock Claw. That one. My reading skills are already below 0. When it's about reading fast, to not bother people. Pronunciation is also another big issue, but when I have a headache, it's even worse. Actually, it's been days. They come and go. I was hoping to be free today with the head, but apparently not. I don't think I will last that long more. So many people with wings. Apparently there is some and kind of content that gives you wings. Or this so from my mentor. Okay, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with the Admiral. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permission boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, these of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needed range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. We had to go up, right? Yeah. This way? No, this way. It's up there. Where is it below? Okay, it's here. An organization with the freedom to operate in territorial impunity. Must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid these trial company of yours fall into the later category. It's not bad, even if it falls into the time to watch, because if we do a good job, then they will join. I think of it this way. Master Alphinaud's new organization? Yes, I had heard the information of his trial company was in the offing. This with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Linsa Luminsa must needs receive my full attention. Of course, I don't know why we are asking to these sort of people. When they say, even if they're part of an organization, I don't like, you know, the Immortal Flames and Ul'dah, the one we have here, which I do not remember how they're called, and things like that. Now, people that already have a official rank and they had to do their job, which is quite different. I hope that Alphinaud has managed to do what he was supposed to. I don't remember this, that these wanted to be like this. Has this been changed? Or just the opening song here now? Is there an event ongoing? Maybe. Oh well. Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drelander? I'm a pirate, not some sudden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fob, try knocking to Dandy Carvolane's door. I don't know who that is. These are all people we have met during our mission still now, so I'm not that surprised, but still. Really? These are the only option we have? Not that they're bad, but... Come on. Recruits of our United Origin campaign, Grand Campaign. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Narkiden Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing, hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skill as an armorer or whoever, I might be willing to accept some special commission. And that's the fourth refusal. Let's see if we can get at least one yes. I don't think so. Now, how far is that one? It's to the completely opposite side, and there's also no fast way for me to reach it. Good. Good. Oop. Well, the DAZaryus, I did not forget venture brave enough or rough enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Oriol, don't you? Formerly of the campaign of Eris, 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. They often drag me airs to the out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. Too hard to read these ones. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew? Doctor work? Sounds like right Clark, it does. Alright, come in. Heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. At least one accepted. Okay. Let's simply go down this way. Will that work? Has this been a bad idea? Not even that much. They're not that far. Oh right, I was supposed to go to the landing. I was going to the area. To the elevator. Okay. Is he inside or outside? Here. Yes, your recruiting went well, I trust. I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the raw and ready folk of Linsalminsa. A member of the legendary company of Eris indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. You could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive charter. I, too, was successfully in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents required the approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Sincere proceeded smoothly. Pray continue on to Grindania at your own pace. I shall wait you to the arrival at the altar. Here. this time we will take the other right. I do remember that. Okay, my audience with the seats here is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruiting here in Ul'dah. After you deem the well of potential candidates as you run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Are two of them? Oh, no, okay, it's a little bit more than two. Maybe I should have used the crystals. I mean the Aetherites. Is this an event? I don't know. Feels like an event, but I'm not sure. Oh god, I can truly be... can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Huh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crime who you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron of Buscarons. Honestly, I was selling maps and supplies to the Garlands before you and those red-belly poachers mopped the forest floor with my erstwhile employers. Here, now, just how many criminals have you dealt with that may ignominious ignites not the slightest flicker of recognition? The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you adventurers? What business brings you to this part of Ul'dah? Everything, huh? And what is your policy on reformable convicts? As a matter of stand, the wood whalers would have no more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Reverend Stoll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. And I am a changed class, ready to kick your ass in case you do something bad. I also do rhymes. That's not bad. Now, I do guess they're all further away from the... Yeah. Yep. I do think we will finish these quests. So we will probably do also the Ul'dah part, and then I will stop. Alex is getting stronger, and tomorrow I also have another medical appointment, so I need to wake up early. Oh. Where are you about? What is this? Summoner. Oh, it's to learn more abilities, okay. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry we were just... Oh, there is, isn't it? It has been some time since our path crossed outside of Copperable Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Myon tells me it was you who felled the fearsome black wolves. Now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. The problem is, all of them seems to join because it's me there. Will they leave as soon as we say that it's Alphinaud's thing and that will be Menphilia guiding them? I will be just part of them, not the leader. I don't want to lead anything. You offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady was wrought upon this land. Oh, okay. It started so well, I thought he would have said yes. Apparently I was wrong. It's often good officers such as myself get recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation till such time as your organization is more organized. Can't say no. It's quite a border thing that Alphinaud has in mind. There cannot be something specialized, as they say. Wherever we are needed, we have to go. That's the only specialization we have. What news, Darius? For my part, the elder seeds here as most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack of variety. That much is certain. An interest harvest, indeed. Shall we strike into Ul'dah wish list? No, sorry, not wish list. Whilst the iron is hot, let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Finally. So let's meet him there. He will speak with the Queen, and I will go search for the guys. Okay. No, not there. I would probably have to go to the airship, but later. Pretty sure he will say, while I do my speech with the Queen, go and search for candidates. And then we will meet at the airship. Ul'dah, the gilded city where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment effort? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us approach from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade. Oh, okay, this time it's here. Our respective tasks are completed. Good hunting, Darius. Okay. So merchant strips. You have two there. One down here. One here. And one here. Interesting. Let's start from this one. This time I will use the other eye to move around. Wait, you're the man who came into Little Amigo looking for that masked evil devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends beside. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd be manipulated and evolved to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am, a new company of champions, and you say will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. One is already recruited. That's a good start. 5. Oh yeah, well, 2 at the merchant thing and 2 to the other side. Forgot about that. Let's start here. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Ascian of the Church of Saint Adama. No, that was wrong. Adama Landman. That one. Okay. Thank you again for your timely rescue. I cannot read these sort of names. I don't know. But the first attempt was good. I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion, Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, this new companions you seek, then. Oh, this new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion manner of proposing a lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken of for. Good day to you, sir. Okay. I don't even know who she is. Okay, a company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next over, let alone the conundrums of a neighbor nation. Well, can't say he's wrong. I'll probably have to say the same in a certain way. You'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with them. Whisper of the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you are a bigger fool than I took you for. Of course. There are already bad voices about the company. It's not even started. That's interesting. I don't think that was something that would have been expected. And especially in a city like this. Misinformation, lies, and things like that. They're daily things. I'll offer you, DAZaryus. What hidden gems did the street of Ul'dah offer you to your unrelenting gaze? I think only one had. accepted in the end. A single Amiga in youth. Well, you have certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of the Order's salvation must seem akin of grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, DAZaryus. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These records will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also agreed my trial, agrees my trial company with her blessing. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the document is signed, and the finances secure. There is no to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. This was the origin of every coin of their contribution, carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumor and doubt surrounding this enterprise, well, such things should plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stone and lay the first stone of a united Eorzea, for our united Eorzea. Okay, good. I was thinking, like, would you teleport me there?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphinaud's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
That's also true.
Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Oh. Can't do much about that. I just sad to see her crying that way. Like, I had to say, all she said was correct. Every kind of organization may start with the best intent. But there's also the usual problem. Power corrupts. I'm happy that Ramuh thinks so good of us. That's little but sure. But it's not only us, the Warrior of Light, or Alphinaud itself, it's all the others together. And still not knowing what's the extent of the power of the Ascians, they're ready to possess of Thancred once. We never know what may happen. They may have taken control of Minfilia and we'd never know. It's not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our efforts is at hand. I must see to the preparation for the inauguration ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your service, DAZaryus. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free from other duties. Okay. Ouch. And with this, I will say we will stop for tonight. So, we did manage to do quite a lot. We did a couple of extra instances, like the art version of Ultima weapon, and also the extreme mode of the Mogu King. We failed a couple of times on both those instances, because for me it was something new, and apparently I was not the only one not knowing the dynamics of the instance. But they were enjoyable, especially once you learn them. I do not think I still completely understood the Ultima Weapon 1, but it should be doable. And with the correct preparation and coordination, I think that even the extreme one of the Mogu will be done. The problem is doing that every time with a random party. That's quite a struggle. So I will do them only when it's needed for the task, which is what I've done, and that's all. We did manage otherwise not to do any kind of instance or many fights. We enjoyed to show up and like in front of the kids. And we also managed to proceed with other tasks. We defeated Ramuh, which I thought it was just a challenge. In reality, we totally killed him, which is different from what I was expecting. So we got also his blessing to protect people and be the guardian of the forest. And we also now helped the preparation of a new Eorzean company. So seems that things are moving slowly, and also we have learned how to eventually defeat the Ascians, or at least part of the process, because now we had to find a way to imprison them. That's what we found. Once we defeat them, they move in a spiritual form, and we had to capture that spiritual form if we want to destroy it. That's what we found out. So that is what they told us. We are still not sure about what happened to the scholars of the blade build, Balcion, whatever it is. So hopefully with the next set of campaigns we will also discover that part, but that will happen next time. For today, that's everything. Next appointment with Final Fantasy XIV will be next Tuesday, while tomorrow I will be back with Halo 3 ODST. Now, I did a little bit of research, as I also mentioned yesterday. Apparently I'm already around 45% of the game, so I may start a little bit earlier tomorrow. Instead of 8:30, I may start around 3 p.m. and then proceed as long as needed to complete the whole campaign. I'm not in a rush to complete it, but if that's the way it's supposed to go, it's also no use for me to stream and then leave just one chapter or 2 chapters for the day after, and then stop there, because I don't want to start a new Halo in the middle of the stream. So I will be better at this point to just do a full rush and complete that tomorrow. If I have the energy, I may eventually try to play a little bit in the afternoon, and in that case it will be GTA. I know that I said that on Friday I would have played Friday, Monday, Wednesday, and the weekend I would have played Zenless Season 0. But since I wanted to play GTA today, and I was ready to do that, but then Twitch decided to go down, I would like to play GTA tomorrow, because there are things that I want to complete, more new activities that I want to do, and more I wait, less willingly I want to do them. So it's just because I don't want to accumulate too much stuff on that game too, since it's been a long time since I started doing these sort of things. So that's everything for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for staying until the end. I hope to see you all next stream. Take care, good night, and bye bye.